Greetings. Today I want to take you on a journey from Lodibar to Jerusalem. And I'm going to take you on this journey psychologically, metaphorically. Because as you know, I always interpret the Bible metaphysically. In other words, I teach that the Bible addresses the human mind and must be interpreted psychologically, for it is not literal, neither is it secular history. Therefore, it is not pointing you to look outwardly to an entity outside of yourself. It is pointing you to look inwardly and to realize that your real identity is your divinity. And that is why I'm going to take you from Lodibar to Jerusalem, which is basically taking you from a barren place to a place of fatness, from a place of poverty to a place of abundance and prosperity, from a place of humanity to a place of divinity, from a place of lack, mediocrity and scarcity to a place of abundance, good health, success and prosperity. And so all along, the mystics who have been putting these stories together, they have been telling the same story over and over of this journey of life from humanity to divinity. But most people miss the story because they fail to realize that they are all allegory and that they have been taking personification for persons and they've been taking allegory for history. So I'm going to open up the Bible for you and I'm going to read a passage of scriptures that will definitely help you. And as I would have said before, I always interpret the Bible on 3 levels, okay? Because you exist on 3 levels. You're a triune being. You're physical, you're psychological, and you're spiritual. You are a spirit having a human experience. You live in a physical body and you communicate through energy, vibration, and frequency. So you must understand the Bible metaphysically, you must understand the Bible psychologically, and you must understand the Bible esoterically. Okay? So I'm going to recommend that you get this Bible because I'm going to read from this Bible. It's called the 66 Books of Magic, the Overcomer's Bible. And it's all about pointing you to discover your magical self. And as I would have stated many times, that this Bible do not have any Jesus in it. It has a blank space instead for you to write your name, which is I am. For I am is the name of God from generation to generation. And you can never say I am and not referring to yourself. So Jesus has been omitted out of this Bible. It's all about your magical self. You see, when people read of Jesus, in their subconscious mind, they're thinking of a man who existed 2,000 years ago. But when you realize it's all about you, then you realize that it is your spiritual autobiography that must be understood psychologically, of course, by you. So as you think, so shall you be. So in this Bible, which I have in my hand here, this is book 2 of the Old Testament. And I want to let you know that very soon I'm going to get you the hardcover and the 2 Old Testament books and also the New Testament. Also, if these messages have been a blessing to you and you want me to go deeper down the rabbit hole and open up more concerning the matrix and expose the matrix more, I'll definitely encourage you to follow me on Rumble. I've just started posting up on Rumble and I've posted my first video on Rumble, which is Escape Plan. Okay, because I'll be dealing more with the matrix on my Rumble and exposing more of the matrix. Okay, so there's certain things that I would not say here over on YouTube that I will say over on Rumble, because over there I'm all about exposing the system that wants to keep you subjugated and want to keep you controlled and that would have you interpret the Bible to you falsely, to keep you limited and to keep you in mental slavery. And so I'll be exposing the systems even more, okay, on Rumble. So I'm encouraging all of you to go over to Rumble and follow me there also. Okay, your participation is very important, because remember, united we stand, divided we will fall. And if we're going to get this message out to the world, I need your support also. Let us stand together. Okay, so remember to follow me on Rumble. I think it's rumble.com. Okay, and check me out, same name, BlackMadGuru. Okay, now I'm gonna turn my Bible right now, which is the 66 Books of Magic, the Overcomer's Bible, the #1 Bible, the most powerful and enlightening Bible there is out there, because the only Bible that includes you, okay, and teaches you that you're the Lord and Master and the Savior of your life. Now I'm gonna read from 2 Samuel, okay, and it would be page 215 in my Bible. So I'm gonna read 2 Samuel chapter 9, and this is where I'm gonna expound on this psychological drama that been shared here, which I would have said before, in all throughout the Bible has been this journey. Okay, so some people, when I speak about from Lodibar to Jerusalem, to them they are seeing geography, but this is not geography. Okay, this is a psychological journey that must take place inwardly, using energy, vibration, and frequency in terms of you changing your mindset and transforming your life whichever way you want it to be. That's why I'm going to read the story for you. Okay, it says here, and David said, "Is there yet any that is left of the house of Saul, that I may shew him kindness for Jonathan's sake?" Here is love seeking you, because here David represents love. And this love has all been seeking you earth. But many people have been trapped under the energy of fear. Because if you really know the Bible well enough, okay, which I'm trying to, make this short, okay, I'm just kind of scratching the surface. This son of Jonathan, when he was born, he wasn't born crippled. But because they received bad news or false news, they acted, and the servant fell with this son of Jonathan, and that's how he became crippled. Okay, and so too, when we receive bad news and we dwell in a place of negativity, it would definitely keep us crippled. Okay, and it will keep us in a barren place. That's why I'm going to teach you how to move from this place, this barren place, to a place of fatness. Okay, so this, as I said before, is the journey from Lodibar to Jerusalem. Jerusalem is speaking of the place of joy, peace, and happiness, the place of fatness. Okay, and there was of the house of Saul a servant whose name was Ziba, and when they had called him unto David, the king said unto him, "Art thou Ziba?" And he said, "Thy servant is he." So as I said before, your thoughts are actually your servants, and you can send your thoughts wherever you want them to go, and they will never return unto you void. They must accomplish that which you send them to, and prosper in whatever you send them to accomplish. And as I said before, David represents love. Okay, and you, because of you having this human experience, there are certain limitations, and you have to get over these limitations by breaking the energy of fear and getting into the energy of love. Okay, so it says, and the king said, "Is there not yet any of the house of Saul?" Now, let me expand a little bit on Saul. Saul here is speaking of basically your self-will, that ego self of you that wants to rule as king over you and put you under certain laws that doesn't represent, the immutable laws that governs all of humanity, just as how right now they have a judiciary system. Saul represents all of that. He will enslave your sons and your daughters, just as the educational system enslaves the people in the religious system. Saul actually represents that kind of thinking, that kind of mindset. Okay? And that is why Saul could only rule for a certain time, but he cannot carry out all the orders. Saul doesn't represent self-discipline and loyalty to the unseen. Okay? You see, Let me read back verse 3. And the king said, Is there not yet any of the house of Saul that I may shew the kindness of God unto him? Okay, the kindness of God is that of love, as I said before. And Ziba said unto the king, Jonathan hath yet a son which is lame on his feet. And this place of lameness is actually this barren place where you lack certain understanding. Understanding concerning alchemy. Understanding concerning the laws, as I said before, that governs all of humanity. So this lameness in the feet is lack of understanding, lack of discernment. This is where you're unilluminated. You've been kept in darkness. You've been kept in a certain mindset, and it is keeping you lame. It is keeping you crippled. Okay? But love is seeking you out. Love wants to set you free. King love. So in talk about King David, this is King love. Love is supposed to rule and reign as king in your life. Love must always govern your life to set you free from a barren place. A place where you're lame and crippled. And it says here, and the king said unto him, Where is he? This question has been asked to all of us. Where are you? Where are you living? Where are you dwelling psychologically? Some people may read this and they're thinking of a geographical place and thinking someone is asking where someone is living geographically. But before you can think of living somewhere geographically, you have to realize the awareness of being. You have to realize consciousness. For you cannot discern anything without your awareness of being. That's the most powerful thing. That's why you have to live from your psychological self, living from your spiritual self, live from inside out. So he says here, and the king said unto him, Where is he? Where are you? Where are you dwelling? What kind of life are you producing? Where are you? Ask yourself that question. Are you living in that place that you so desire to be? Are you being the best that you can be? Are you living the best version of yourself? Are you representing nature by replicating the life of nature? Are you living a productive life? That's what it's saying. Are you an innovative person, a creative person? What are you doing with your life? And Ziba said unto the king, Behold, he is in the house of Micah. Okay. Behold, he is in the house of Micah, the son of Amiel in Lodibar. Lodibar is a place where you're selling yourself short. It's a barren place. It's a place whereby you are fruitless. It's a place of doubt and fear and guilt and shame. It's a place of disgrace. So here it is showing you that in life you will find yourself living in Lodibar, which is a psychological state of dwelling when you've been governed under the energy of doubt and fear and guilt and shame and all the negative connotations that fear carries with it. Okay? So here it is saying where this man is dwelling, where he's living psychologically. Yet this man supposed to have some form of royalty. This man supposed to have a certain bloodline. This man supposed to have a certain heritage, a kingly heritage. A heritage to rule and to reign. But at this point in life, he's not ruling and reigning anything. When he's supposed to be the lender, he's being the borrower. When he's supposed to be above, he's actually beneath. When he's supposed to be a blessing, he's being a cursing. Okay? Verse 5, then it says, then King David, which is King Love, okay, said, and fetch him out of the house of Micah, okay, Machir, okay, Machir, okay. So fetch him out of the house of Machir, the son of Amiel from Lodibar. So love wants to always fetch you out of the house of Lodibar, out of the mindset of lack, out of the mindset of conformity, out of the mindset of confusion and being in disorder and disarray. Okay, so you have to get out of that mindset and order your conversation alright. You have to get into the right alignment. Okay. Verse 6 is, now when Mephibosheth, so Mephibosheth is the name of you when you are living in a barren place, when you're living in a place of confusion, when you are living in a place of disturbance, when you're living in a place of fear. Mephibosheth is your name. When you're living in a place whereby you're crippled and you're lame, in terms of you lack understanding, you lack discernment, and you have no awareness, and you need the power of awareness. You need enlightenment. You need leadership. You need guidance. Okay? So when Mephibosheth, the son of Jonathan, the son of Saul, was come unto David, he fell on his face. When you come to the place of grace and faith, and you understand it's unconditional love, you will become a servant to love. You will fall on your face. You will humble yourself. And you will give reverence to the invisible power that is within you, that you can use to achieve your every desire. That's why you're told to seek first the kingdom. And when you discover this kingdom will teach you how to come into the land of abundance, the land of fatness. This kingdom will teach you how to live a life of living and being in Jerusalem, in a place of fatness, a place of joy, peace, and happiness. Okay? And it says here, and he fell on his face and did reverence. And David said, Mephibosheth. You see, love is always calling you and addressing you by your name. And as I always say, your name is I am. Before you can say you're rich, you're poor, you're strong, you're healthy, you have to say I am. So in the place of Lodibar, you are actually desecrating the name of God. But when you leave the place of Lodibar by the invitation of love, which is the invitation of David, and you decide to become a servant of David, a servant of love, you'll understand what it means to have reverence. You know what it means to have loyalty to the unseen, trusting your invisible self, understanding that your spirit having a human experience. You're not a human trying to be spiritual. You're not a victim. You are an overcomer. That's why this Bible named the Overcomer's Bible. I'm only speaking to overcomers. And he answered, behold thy servant. That's when you will discover your servitude. That's when you will discover that you come here to serve each other. You are here to serve humanity. That is why I did a video where I was saying to you that you didn't come here to earn. You came here to learn. You learn first and then you're going to earn afterward. You learn how barren you are, having a mindset of lack, or living in your ego self, your lower self, your humanistic realm, the realm of the five senses only. You have to vibrate from that. You have to vibrate from that realm and vibrate into the realm of love. And David said unto him, fear not. You see, the first thing he says unto him, fear not. You see, perfect love would always cast out all doubt and all fear. Fear not. I am with you always. I am will never leave you. And you can never say I am and not referring to yourself. Neither would I am ever forsake you. When you start to believe in your I amness and you start to affirm using I am, and you believe in your affirmation, you believe in your declaration. When you believe in these things and you trust the unseen, there's nothing that can stop you from achieving your goals. He said, for I will surely shew thee kindness. I will surely. This is not a guess thing. This is a science. This is a science of mind. This is the science of alchemy. He said, for I will surely shew thee kindness for Jonathan, thy father's sake. Do you realize Your father is actually your power of imagination, your power of awareness. And everyone have been given this power, and you've been given a choice. Your father would always have your back. God always have your back. The Jima in you is God. He never sleeps. So my brother, my sisters, He's always there to show you kindness. He said, and I will restore. You see, you cannot restore something that wasn't there before. That's why I always say to you, this true salvation is self-realization. It's also a restoration. That is why when you've been restored, you come back to your true or right senses, and you operate in your mental faculties, like your will, your reasoning, your intuition, your imagination. All of these mental faculties, you get back to them and get back in alignment. Okay? So he say here, for I will surely show thee kindness for Jonathan thy father's sake, and will restore thee all the land of Saul thy father, and thou shalt eat bread at my table continually. Here you see that you would be restored to your royalty. You'll be restored to that place of abundance and prosperity. You'll be restored to that place whereby you live sumptuously, whereby you are in alignment, as I said before, with nature. This is speaking of alignment. This is speaking of you operating in alchemy. This is you operating in the economy that is limitless. This limitless economy is within you. So in Lodibar, Mephibosheth, which is your lower self, that self of you that is confused, was dwelling in scarcity and mediocrity. But when love restores you, when love finds you, then love is putting you in your rightful place, and it's giving you a table whereby all things are possible to you. Verses 8, he says here, and he bowed himself and said, What is thy servant that thou shouldest look upon such a dead dog as I am? So you see, he was seeing I am as a dead dog. He was seeing his I amness in a place of lack and scarcity, which means he didn't have much value on himself. And so in life, many times we devalue ourselves. And so we see just recently they use a pandemic, a scamdemic, to bring people in a place of having low value of themselves. But you have to have high value of yourself. And so they use fear to scare the people. You either take the job or lose your job. But here we see that when love finds you and you're willing to submit yourself, you're willing to become a servant to love by humbling yourself, that even though you're still speaking the language of fear and doubt, you will be corrected. You will be shown your rightful place. Verse 9, then the king, you see, the king is going to correct you, King Love. Then the king called to Ziba, Saul's servant, and said unto him, I have given unto thy master's son all that pertained to Saul and to all his house. All things belongs to you because of your royal priesthood. Do you realize that you are after the order of Melchizedek? Do you realize that you are an eternal, infinite being, and you're just having a human experience? That is why it takes love to restore you, to bring you back to that place of fatness, that place of you having no worries and no problem, because you're not looking to an outside economy to sustain you. You're now looking to that invisible power that is within you to sustain you and to keep you. Verses 10, thou therefore and thy sons and thy servants shall till the land for him, and thou shalt bring in the fruit, that thy master's son may have food to eat. But Mephibosheth, thy master's son, shall eat bread always at my table. Now Ziba had 15 sons and 20 servants. So you, when you elevate yourself, and you break out of conformity and you transform your life by the renewing of your mind, because you accept the message of self-realization that is pointing you to look inwardly to discover that your real identity is your divinity. It is teaching you here that you would be the employer and not the employee. You be above and not beneath. You will send your servants out to serve you, and your servants are actually your thoughts, your disciplined thoughts. So you have to practice self-discipline. But first of all, you have to have self-love, self-confidence, self-esteem. And that is why I give you a course called Self-Concept. You have to have the right concept of yourself. So here it is restoring the right concept of self. Love is doing this. David. Then said Ziba unto the king, according to all that my lord the king had commanded his servant, so shall thy servant do. As for Mephibosheth, said the king, he shall eat at my table as one of the king's son. Do you know that you are a son of a king? Do you know the king of all creation is actually your imagination? For everything was first a thought, everything was first an idea, everything was first imagined, and you are crucifying your imagination between two thieves, because one is promising you a good life while you are here, and the other is promising you a good life after you leave here, because they don't want you to trust your own human imagination to be the creator inside of you that you can use to achieve your every desire. So they want you to be dependent upon them so they can think for you. That's why it's called what? Government. They're governing your mental. Learn to think for yourself. I'm only speaking to free thinkers. And that's why I want to update you that very soon I'll be having my university, okay? FT University, right? Which is Free Thinkers University. So look out for it, so I can go even more deep into these things and break them down for the people who want to be a part of my university. Okay, verses 12. And Mephibosheth had a young son whose name was Micha, and all that dwelleth in the house of Ziba was servants unto Mephibosheth. So Mephibosheth dwelleth in Jerusalem. You see, now we reach to the place that I'm taking you, to the place of Jerusalem. So first, it teaches you that Mephibosheth was dwelling where? In Lodebar. A place of confusion, a place of disarrangement, a place where you do not know who you are, a place whereby you're not illuminated, you're not self-aware, a place where the system wants to keep you bound. They want to keep you in intellectualism, just being apparat, repeating everything that they say to you, regurgitating everything, and you call it education. So Mephibosheth dwelleth in Jerusalem, this place of joy, peace, and happiness, a place of fatness, a place where all things are possible. For he did eat continually. You see, this continually here is teaching you of your limitless self, your eternal self. At what? At the king's table. The king's table is within you, and it is the table of creation. It's the table of creativity. It is the table of possibilities. But you have to look within to find this table. That's why you say, I spread at a table before you in the presence of what? Your enemies. But it says that the 23rd Psalm, where it says, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down where in green pastures. Leadeth me beside the still water, he restoreth my soul. Leadeth me the path of righteousness. Yeah, this is the same table. This table is always there for you. But you've been looking to a table in Lodebar. But you're supposed to be looking to a table in Jerusalem, your higher self. He said, okay, so let me just finish off right here with this verse. So he says, so Mephibosheth dwelleth in Jerusalem, for he did eat continually at the king's table, and was lame on both his feet. Okay, when he said was lame, you notice it didn't say that he is lame or he remained lame. He said was lame. in both feet, in every area of your life. You were trapped. You were kept in a place of dependency. You were kept in a place where you couldn't stand on your 2 feet financially, emotionally, socially, in every way. But we see when love finds you and you realize that true salvation is self-realization, we realize that you will find a table, and that table will feed you continually. Well, I'm introducing you to that table by pointing you to look inwardly to discover that imagination is what creates reality, to teach you that money was first a thought, it was first an idea, it was first imagined. Every vehicle, it was first a thought, it was first an idea, it was first imagined. Every home that has ever been built, it was first a thought, it was first an idea, it was first imagined. Therefore, men and women went into their imagination and visualized their life how they want it to be, and they remain loyal to the unseen, and we see the manifestation of their creativity. Because they found that table, and that table can only be found inwardly. That is why it's a personal relationship. And so, my brothers and my sisters, this message is for free thinkers only. This is not for everybody. So, right now, if you are dwelling in Lodibar, I want to tell you that there is hope. I want to tell you that there is a message from King David, the King of Love. And I'm sending you this love note, saying to you that there is hope, saying to you to stop looking outside for our Lord, our Savior, our Master, our Redeemer. No one is coming to save your ass. I'm saying to you, look within. There's a table that has already been prepared for you. There is a place that is in you called Jerusalem. That place is a place of joy and peace and happiness. I'm saying to you to look to that place. So, night after night, depend upon your imagination. According to Psalms chapter 4 verse 4, he says, you must commune with your own heart upon your bed and go into that place of stillness. And also according to Matthew chapter 6, if you read the whole of Matthew chapter 6, you'll see whereby Matthew chapter 6 verse 6 tells you, before it tells you what I'm going to say, it tells you in verses 5 that you must not be like the hypocrites. They like to be seen and they like to be heard. Okay? In the churches and so on, the so-called churches. But you know the real church is this body. And he said you must go into that closet, go into the secret place. In verse 6 now, he said you must go into your secret place and to talk to your Father who is in secret. Go into that place of imagination. Go into that place of visualization. So you will break out of Lodibar and come into your Jerusalem. And I can go on and on and on and on and on and show you so many different scriptures that are pointing you to that place. So my brothers and my sisters, take my advice and put it to work in your life and prove for yourself that these stories in the Bible, they are encoded and must be decoded. They were written by mystics, and it takes mystics like myself to interpret them to you and to keep you to live on 3 levels, not just on 1 level. That is why many people look into a geographical Jerusalem and worshiping a certain set of people, and these people are actually being the lenders to them, and they being the borrowers, and they are saying that these people are the people of God and denying themselves as the people of God. Because why? Everything is based on choice, so the choice is yours. So my brother, my sister, I want to come to a close. I think I've given you enough. And I want to say to you, if this is the very first time that you listen to me and what I'm saying, if it makes sense to you and it really resonates with you, and you haven't subscribed already, definitely I want to encourage you to subscribe, to like, to comment, and to share this video. Also, if you'd like to have one-on-one with me and we can go deeper down the rabbit hole and we can have a real personal relationship concerning these things, whereby we can really share with each other. And iron sharpened iron. Okay, and you believe that you'll be strengthened and you believe you'll be pushed to the limit to be more disciplined and to be more encouraged and to be more responsible. Because you see, we all grow up with parents, and sometimes a mentor can take the place of and do what parents would have never done because they never had the knowledge. That's why sometimes you have to have, not sometimes, all the time, you have to have some form of mentor to mentor you, to lead you, to guide you into doing these things. Because anything that is easy to do, it is also easy not to do. So if you feel strongly to reach out to me, you can reach out to me by way of email, and I'll give you the terms and conditions. Also, if you like to take my $20 course, it's called the Inner Sun Science and Technology to Create Your Reality Consciously. And it is there also with another course for the same price, okay, which is my self-concept course. It's a course concerning how you must have the right concept of yourself. And if you want to go in depth, I'll definitely encourage you to take those videos and listen to them without any distractions. Also, if you like to follow me on Instagram or you like to follow me on TikTok, you can definitely follow me at BlackMadGuru. And do not forget to follow me on Rumble also. But before I come to an end, I want to say to you, if you feel strongly led to support this work, I just want to remind you that we have a PayPal and the link is always down below. So with that being said, my brother, my sister, I just want to say peace, love you all, out.